do not train to be merciful here. Mercy is for the weak. Here, on the street, in competition, a man confronts you, he is the enemy. An enemy deserves no mercy.
Here, karate, same thing. Either you karate do yes, or karate do no. You karate do gesso, just like grip. Understand? Yeah, I understand.
What's up, guys? My name is George and I like backpacks. I want to compare two backpacks. I got the North Face Borealis right here and the Osprey Quasar. If you look at these two bags, you can see these bags are very similar. They're both everyday carry bags. This one is out of the North Face line and this one is out of Osprey's 24/7 line. They're designed for you to carry to work, carry to school, whatever you like. They're a do everything type of backpack. So I thought it would be interesting to pair these bags together. Now, both of these backpacks are 28 liters. The North Face backpack measures 19.31 inches tall by 12.61 inches wide, and it can expand out to 10.24 inches. The Osprey over here is 19.75 inches tall, 13.25 inches wide, and can expand out to 9.75 inches. So basically the same exact specs. What I want to do is talk about the similarities between these two bags, and then we'll talk about the differences, why you should choose one bag over another one. Now, both of these bags, like I mentioned before, are 28 liters. They're both made out of nylon. They both have YKK zippers that go all the way around the bag. On each one of these bags are high quality YKK zippers. Both companies claim that these bags can fit a 15-inch laptop, and I have verified that. Both companies offer lifetime warranties on these bags, so anything happens to them, you can send them back. You can send the Borealis back to North Face, or you can send the Quasar back to Osprey. They both have this bungee cord connection point in the front of the bag. They both offer 2 water bottle pockets. They both offer quick access pockets in the front. They both have admin panels. They both have a water bladder port, so if you want to do some hiking, you can do hiking with these bags. Both bags have sternum straps, both bags have hip belts, and both have bike light attachments in the front. Now let's talk about the differences. Let's see which backpack is the best backpack out of these two.
Round 1, organization.
All right, let's start with the Quasar and everything as far as the organization inside of it. Now, one thing with the Quasar is it has a very deep quick access pocket right here in the front. So you can fit a lot of items right here in the front of this bag. It's very deep and spacious. I really like what Osprey is doing on their quick access pockets. It gives people a lot of different options. Now, inside of the bag, Osprey offers a separate document pouch which is inside of the bag. So you got actually an extra zipper right here where you can put in some extra items that the North Face does not offer. And then you have a document pouch, and then this is your laptop compartment inside of the bag. So that's pretty slick. I like the fact that they give you an extra pocket inside of the bag where you might want to put your charging block for the day for your laptop. Now, the points for the North Face is that this bag has a separate laptop compartment. So there's a whole separate section inside of this bag that the Osprey doesn't have. The Osprey is like a 2-panel bag. The North Face is a 3-panel bag. So I like the fact that they separated your laptop from the rest of your everyday carry items so you can have a separate space. Both of these laptop compartments are suspended off the bottom. So even if you drop the bag, they shouldn't make impact with the ground. Another thing about the Osprey that the Quasar kind of falls short on is the admin panel. Inside of the North Face, we'll open it up. The admin panel, even though it's a little shorter and it starts right here, you have 2 little quick access pockets. One is fleece lined. Then you have 2 pen slots, a zipper pocket here, and then also a slip pocket in the back as well. Now, let's check out what the Quasar offers. The Quasar in its admin panel only offers you 3 pockets. Now, in the older versions of the Quasar, there used to be organization down here in the bottom, but they've actually taken that out in the newer 2019 edition of the Quasar. So going back to the North Face actually offers you some daisy chains that go around the outside of the bag. So if you want to clip in maybe some carabiners or a water bottle, maybe you're carrying more water bottles than the actual 2 water bottles that are on the side, you can clip in whatever gear you like. As we were talking about this separate laptop compartment, inside of the North Face Borealis, this computer section actually doubles as a water bladder compartment. Now, it actually has a hook for you to actually connect your water bladder. So inside of the Quasar, you can put your water bladder inside of the bag, inside of the computer section, and run it out the top of the hole, but there's nothing to hold the water bladder up. There's no hook inside of the bag. So your water bladder is gonna kind of slouch down, and if a water bladder slouches, if you guys ever used water bladders before, they actually stop working as effectively. So I like the fact that North Face thought about the practical application of using the water bladder and putting an extra hook inside of the bag. For the organizational round, I would give it to the North Face Borealis for giving me a separate laptop compartment, a better admin panel, daisy chains in the front, and an actual hook for my water bladder.
Round 2, comfort.
Now let's talk about comfort. So let's take the Quasar first like we did in the first round. Now, when we turn this bag around, you guys, I'm really big on comfort as far as a backpack. If it's not comfortable, I'm probably not gonna wear it, and I think that really applies to you guys too. One thing that Osprey's done is made these shoulder straps a little bit smaller, and they're a little bit thinner. They do give you a contour around, but the padding that they use is kind of soft. And over time, if you're carrying a heavy load, this can kind of feel like it's digging into your shoulder. And I really didn't appreciate that. But let's not stop there. On this back panel, on the Osprey, there's one thing that's really missing on this Osprey is a lot of air venting. So this back panel is all mesh. However, you can see that they've just sewn this little outline around. There's no air channels that are really happening on this. So in the summertime when you're walking, this is gonna lay directly, most of this fabric is gonna lay directly on your back, and you're gonna have some heat build up on your back. Now let's take a look at the North Face in comparison to this. So this is probably one of my favorite back panels and shoulder straps. They also are contoured, and then the foam that North Face uses is a little bit denser, it's a little bit coarser, and you could feel it there, right? When you load this bag up, you feel like this cushion is actually taking the weight of the bag. Now let's take a look at this back panel. One thing that North Face kind of secretly does really well is their back panel. So first thing I noticed when I look at the North Face's back panel is it's curved. So it has like a natural curve to your back. And then also the billowy cushion flex vent system that they use. So this gives you a lot of airflow. And I've used this type of bag a lot, the North Face bag, and I can tell you that the airflow is really good. Now, no backpack you're gonna have a completely dry back on a hot day, but this does a pretty damn good job. For the round of comfort, I gotta give it to the North Face Borealis.
Round 3, style.
Style is so subjective. Now, something that I like may not be something that you like. But when I look at these bags, I'm gonna give you my humble opinion about the style of these bags. I can look at the Borealis and I see a lot of different color combinations, and as the years have gone on, they switch them up, they do different patterns and changes, and I like that. As far as the Quasar on the other hand, I think this bag only comes in like 4 to 5 colors. I have the Sentinel Gray version right here, and this is one of the standard colors that they came out with, but there's really no deviation. So if you like the Quasar, this is a very popular bag. You're probably going to see a lot of Sentinel grade Quasars out there, so it doesn't give you that individual feeling like, hey, this bag is, you know, something I like. No, this is going to be a bag that most people have, and they're going to have this color as well. Sticking with the Quasar, one thing that I do appreciate that Osprey did is for the 2019 versions of the Quasar and the Nebula, they went with a more subdued logo. But one thing about it, it's a screen printed logo, like this has been pressed on by a machine. Now it is reflective, but over time, I'm wondering about how well this is going to hold up. Is it going to start to flake and peel because it's screen printed on? But when you take a look at the North Face Borealis over here, the branding that they put on the bag is actually stitched into the bag. And I've seen North Faces from the 1990s that still look pretty good, and they still hold up and have that North Face logo, which is kind of iconic at this point. For the last point in Star, I just want to take a look at the Borealis's, just the little style cues that North Face has added. Inside of the shoulder straps, they put a mesh, and then the foam padding under it has some cut holes, just giving the bag an extra step up in style. Now, if you take and look at the Quasar for comparison, we just really have some regular backpack straps, and there's really nothing to write home that's that special about these backpack straps. For the round of style, I'm gonna have to hand it over to the North Face Borealis for the multiple colors options that is available to you, the extra little details like the stitching that actually goes into the logo, and the venting, little style accents that I actually like.
Round 4, build and building materials.
Now we're getting to the meat and potatoes of the battle, which is build and building materials. So let's take a look at the Quasar first, and then we'll take a look at the North Face. So one thing I can say about Osprey is that they make super light bags. They kind of take some of their hiking characteristics from their hiking bags, larger bags, and build those characteristics into their everyday carry bags. So this bag right here and the materials that they use are meant to be super lightweight. This bag actually measures 1.68 pounds. Now, in comparison, both of these bags are 28 liters, but the North Face Borealis is over here at 2.11 pounds. So this is definitely lighter. And I actually like the lighter feeling materials. Sometimes when you feel lighter materials, they can come off as cheap. I mean, that's just me. When I feel like a heavier weight nylon, it feels more premium to me. When I feel this bag, I know Osprey's not a cheap bag, but the lighter weight materials can sometimes feel a little cheaper, especially like on the water bottle pockets themselves. This nylon or this elastic just doesn't feel as heavy duty as what's on the North Face. Just has a better feeling to it. Going back to the way that the bags are built, one thing that the Quasar has over the North Face Borealis is high vis lining. And if you guys watch my videos, you know that I love high vis lining. It just makes it so much easier to find your stuff inside. So when I open this bag up, it has this light green material inside of it that just makes everything just a little bit better when you work with it. So when I stick my laptop in there, I'm gonna be able to see it and pick it up right away. If I stick a small flashlight inside of this bag, when you look into the North Face Borealis, you have a lighter gray material, but it's just not that high vis. And I'm not saying that it has to be lime green, but just give me something where there's definitely a color distinction. The gray is just doing an okay job. I would have liked to seen something else. Now let's switch over and talk about the build and materials for the North Face Borealis that kind of step over the Osprey. Like I mentioned before, the North Face just feels like a more premium bag. The nylon is heavier. On the bottom, North Face actually includes a Cordura fabric, while the Quasar over here has the same nylon fabric throughout. This is where North Face designers have kind of taken a look at this bag and saw where the heavy use was going to be, and they actually put a heavier weight material. Not only is the bottom a little bit heavier, the whole bag itself is made or feels like it's made out of a heavier weight material. Inside of the bag, the North Face Borealis, a lot of the pockets where you would put electronics, North Face has actually lined those pockets with fleece. Now, some people say they don't like fleece, but for me, I really enjoy having a fleece lining, like in the quick access pocket, if I'm gonna slip my sunglasses in there or my phone or something like that. And then inside of the admin pocket itself, where the designated phone slot is, you do get another fleece lined pocket. So that's a little extra step that North Face is taking to ensure that your equipment is going to be taken care of. Something that might be kind of petty, but I wanted to take a look at it, is for this admin panel, as far as the North Face, you actually get 2 zippers. So when you're unzipping, you can unzip from the left or the right. You know, you can grab those zippers from wherever place and kind of bring them together on the top of the bag, so they're always on the top. Or if you like to keep your zippers on the side, you can zip them and keep them on the side. Now, when we look at the Quasar for its admin panel only puts 1 zipper on the bag. Now, it does have this finger pull, which is very convenient, but I like to be able to zip my bags into place on the top of the bag, and I'm not searching around on the side of the bag for that zipper. Now, let's continue on and talk about the water bottle pockets on these bags. Now, on the North Face Borealis, the material, like I said before, just feels a little bit thicker, a little bit more premium. But one big thing about the water bottle pockets on the North Face, the elastic at the top gives you a little bit more of a tightness around the water bottle when you slip it in. When I was using the Quasar for this week, when I slipped in a water bottle, it would almost like fall out because it was just so loose. Osprey really needs to pay attention to is using a tighter elastic around the top of the water bottle pocket so that it doesn't fall out if you're running or cycling, because you really would never know. One more thing about the North Face Borealis is the 360 reflectivity that the Osprey really doesn't offer. If you look around at the gear points all the way around the bag, and even at the pig snout or the bike attachment point in the front, you have a little bit of reflectivity. Even around the front on the shoulder straps, you have some reflectivity. So if you're riding that bike at night, or you're walking on the sidewalk or side of the street or something, when light hits this bag, it's going to reflect back and people are going to know that you're there. Now, with the Quasar, there is reflectivity in the Osprey logo and down here where it says Quasar. However, there's no reflectivity at all on the front. So that's one point, again, where North Face just took that and added an extra feature into the bag that would be helpful to you as the consumer. Now, the last point about building materials is the interior lining of these bags. Now, inside of the North Face, the interior lining of the bag just feels, this gray material just feels a hair slight heavier. Now, that goes along with the whole thought process of what's going on with Osprey and what's going on with North Face. I think that North Face is trying to give you a heavier bag with higher quality materials or higher feeling quality materials, while Osprey's doing everything it can to make this bag as light as possible. It's 2 schools of thought in these bags. Now, for the 4th round of build and building materials, I gotta give it to the North Face Borealis.
Round 5, value.
Fight! Now, for the 5th round of value, it's almost a damn toss-up. Both of these bags are $90. Now, when I look back at what the North Face Borealis offers versus what the Osprey Quasar offers, I gotta say that the North Face gives you a lot more for your money. I mean, you're getting a more comfortable back panel, a better organization admin pocket. You're getting actually well thought out 360 reflectivity all the way around the bag. You're getting multiple color options. There's just a lot that North Face is coming with this bag. Both of these bags are like the value level of their line for daily carry. This step down from the Nebula that the Osprey offers, and it's a step down from the Recon that North Face offers. So between these two bags, I definitely say the North Face Borealis takes it hands down. It's not even really close. But what I will say is, if you're gonna buy this bag, really take a look at the North Face Recon, because I think that's Mr. Miyagi waiting out in the parking lot for the dude from the Cobra Kai. The North Face Recon offers you kind of the same exact bag, but it also offers you that front pocket, which I think is a lot more helpful than this bungee cord. This bungee cord in the front is decent, but a lot of times when I put things in this, I never know if it's going to slide out or fall out. I just rather have another quick access pocket where I can throw my keys and my wallet, any other things that I want for the day. So if I had to choose, I would choose the North Face Recon, guys. You can check out my review of the North Face Recon. I'll put it up here in the corner of the screen right now. Guys, thanks for watching George Defined. I got more backpacks coming up. Appreciate you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.